all the players out there on 177.9 of the FM dial.
I've never heard nobody talk to you about you in a bad light. Even when we worked together, man, Bentley was just all about his business, man. So I'm glad to have you as the fourth person on the show, man.
No, I appreciate that.
Fourth person on the show, and I think we're gonna talk about something that's pretty dope. We kind of warmed it up, man. So we got some stories to tell. We're gonna talk about just in general marijuana, and more importantly, legalizing marijuana in North Carolina.
Right.
Okay. Now, just as far as I know, it's still I know it's still illegal, obviously, but it's up to a certain amount. You can still consider it a felony. I think it's like more than a half ounce or something like that. 1.5 ounces is considered a felony.
Yeah.
Still.
I think it's like I think it's like 1.5 ounces, right?
Yeah, ounce and a half.
Anything under 1.5 ounces is still a misdemeanor. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I want to talk about, man. Because I've asked people all the time, especially with the rise of smoke shops and dispensaries selling the I think they still call it weed or a THCA.
Yeah,
that's what we just talked about.
Right.
I always wonder how they police that.
Yeah. So with the THCA and with the CBD and with the Delta 9. It's the amount of the actual THC that's in the plant, right? So if it's under, I think if it's under something like 3%, then it's technically
it's legal. Yeah, it's under 3% is legal.
Right.
Yes.
So it's legal under 3%. So everything that they selling in the shops. So really, it comes down to if you get pulled over and you got this on you, it's up to you to prove that this is what you say it is, because they have a tester that they can use, but it's going to test for the THC. You feel me?
On the spot? They can do that on the spot?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that, because I always wonder how they could...
The little vial joint that they can shake up in there. Yeah. They're gonna take a little sample of what you got. They're gonna put it in there. They're gonna put a couple of drops in there. They're gonna shake that joint up. Yep.
And it can taste the post. So anything from the smoke shop they can tell that it's under 3.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. And from what I heard, it's up to the person that gets pulled over, the person that they take it from, to prove what it is and where they got it from. Like, it would be up to you if you got pulled over to pay for it to get tested to prove that it is what it is. Right. Exactly. Wow. And then so that's just the first level of it. And now the police understand what's going on, and they done moved on to what can really stick. Okay, so whether this is THCA, Delta 9, whether this is marijuana, whether it's legal or illegal,
right,
you're driving under the influence. And now that's a whole nother conversation, right? So now we gonna get you for the DUI. You feel me? We not even gonna get you not for driving like you drunk, but you driving under the influence, right? Just like if you was smoking regular marijuana, if you was on some type of pills, if you was on cocaine or something like that.
Your driver is impaired somewhat, so they believe,
in some way, shape, or form. Right. So now that's the charge that we sticking you with. Okay, so now this charge come with mandatory suspension of your license. We talking at least 12 months, right? And now you're gonna pay at least $4,000 or $5,000 to try to get your license back.
How many cars get pulled over in North Carolina with weed in it? Come on, man. I mean, I just think it's too readily available to police it. Now, I'm not whoever, because I'm not trying to knock nobody hustle or whatever, but I always wonder how they policed it, and I never got how they policed it. Like, and you kind of explained that you have to show proof. I'm assuming you saying proof of purchase, pretty much.
I mean, and I think proof of purchase may work in that situation but even in this case, like, I don't know, to be honest with you, because I don't buy that. You feel me, right? Like, I don't buy that. But what I say is it really is gonna come down to the police officer. You feel me, right?
That's what I'm getting to. I think it has to come down to the officer.
I got pulled over. Last October, right? I get pulled over last October. The police officer takes my weed and my gun. I still ain't got my gun back. Right? I still ain't got my gun back. Okay. So yeah, pull over. He says, you got weed in the car? I sure do. We ain't even gonna play this game. You feel me, right? Like, I sure do. The weed right here, the gun in my bag. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, we ain't even playing these games.
Right.
2 grown men, we gonna have this conversation, right? So, so he like, anything else you want to tell me, right? Anything else in the car we need to know about? And I'm like, like, what you're asking me is, be more specific, right? Right. So he like, anything that may look like you, distributing. Okay. Right. Yeah. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Yeah. I got a couple little baggies in the car, right? So he like, why you got the baggies in the car? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the baggies? Again, we 2 grown men, we having a conversation, right? So I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm smoking, but I'm on a budget. right? I'm gonna take what I got. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna break it down by the day so I can make sure that I got what I need.
Ration it out.
You feel me, right? Like, I'm not over smoking, right? So he look at me and he chuckle. He's like, "You got answers for everything, right?" I'm just telling you the truth, right? Like I'm just you feel me, right? I'm just telling you the truth. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go through the car. He, called back up. They go through the car. They don't find nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So he say, "How much weed is it?" And I say, "It's got to be less than a half ounce, right? Because I know, right?
You said that?
Yeah, I'm telling him.
Oh, okay. So
it's gotta be less than a half ounce,
right?
Right. It's got to be less than
so
a half.
So you know,
right?
Letting him know that I know that.
I know this,
right?
I know, right? So he no scale. You feel me, right? No scale, nothing. Sitting on top of the car, and he goes, "Nah, this is more like an ounce." It's not gonna matter either way, right? It's not gonna matter. In my eyes, it's not gonna matter either way. But how do you know that? You
with
feel
no
me?
scale, right?
How do you know that, right? But like I say, because we in the club, we in the group, the jars is 14. You know what I'm saying, right? So that's what it is. Yeah, so they take that. I go to court the first time, he don't show up. I go to court the second time. Yeah, they don't have no police report. They don't have no weed. You feel me? Like I say, I still ain't got my gun back, right? So I'm like, bro, if you just wanted to, you feel me? If you just wanted that.
He didn't show up?
Nah, he didn't show up the first time, right? So they made me come back for the second time.
Okay.
Right? And yeah, so they made him show up the second time. But like when he showed up the second time, he didn't do a police report.
He was just messing with you.
That
took your gun though.
It took my gun. Took my gun because my gun was in the bag. You feel me, right? Like, and we I don't have my concealed carry. You know what I'm saying? And it, like I said, it was in the bag. But well, like again, I'm not playing no games. You feel me? And I know at this point because of how old we are, and I done been pulled over a couple times.
Right.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and just tell you what it is. We're not gonna play no games. However you want to do it is up to you. But you're not gonna make it seem like I sat here and lied to you. You know what I'm saying? Try to play some type of game.
Yeah. I mean, we both grown men, but so to this day, you still haven't got your gun back?
Nah, I still ain't got. So because there's no police report, the police officer has to sign a whole nother thing.
Yo, to all the smokers out there, I'm telling you, this is game. You need to listen to this. So if you get pulled over and is it advantageous for you to know the law? I think so. I hope that's the right adjective I'm using there.
Yeah,
to know
definitely.
the law. But is it some cops or officers may take it as you being, is it cocky is the word, or
okay, so with the weed, I think so mine really more so is the gun at this point.
Okay,
right?
yeah,
because for me the weed is like the weed is not a problem.
I got you.
Me, right?
Yeah, I got you.
If you gonna let me go, it's less than we still gonna be a misdemeanor either way, right? So mine was just a class 2 because it was an ounce instead of a half an ounce, right? And then there again, it's up to me to prove how much it is, but I can't get my hands on it because y'all got it.
True.
You feel me, right? So what's really going on, right? All right, cool. But yeah, so as long as it's a misdemeanor, like I'm cool with that. I'm gonna go buy me some more. You feel me, right? Like I ain't even really tripping, bro. I'm on the way. I'm literally on the way to go get some more when he, you know what I'm saying, pulled me over and shit. Like if he had, like that's what I told my homeboy. If he had got me 45 minutes later,
oh yeah,
it would have been a different conversation. All that, bro.
Man, it's all crazy that. You tell this story because I always wondered how they policed it, and I never. It can't be a standard protocol for this because it's too many different variables like potency and that's with weed being, and I'm taking it out of like the 90s and the early 2000s. Like weed wasn't as available in abundance as it is now. So how do you police this? I always wondered,
and I really think it's way too much. You feel me? And I think if I don't want to say if they done met their quota because I think that's me being a little biased, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think, I think it's some other factors that if you lying, you know what I'm saying? If we got other stuff going on like me with the gun, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got outstanding charges. Maybe you got your license revoked.
That's true.
You feel me?
That's
right?
True.
Like that might come up because I can tell you, look. That is my protocol. If I'm gonna get pulled over, you feel me? I'm gonna be grown about the situation, and I'm gonna just go ahead and tell them what it is. Because I can tell you at least 2 other times I did the exact same thing and just been able to ride off.
Hey man, I think it goes back to it's all about the officer that you get, and just their level of asshole for the day, or quota. Right. Because I always believed in quota. I personally believe in them. Right. I ain't been pulled over in a while. Knock on wood.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't wish that on nobody.
Yeah, for sure. But one of the dopest things, man, before we even cut these cameras on, man, is like the story behind our weed journey. So I'm gonna tell you mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with mine. So I didn't smoke weed. I first smoked weed when I was like in high school. We was in middle school. We used to smoke weed in my buddy Kevin little garage or whatever. So young that we used to drink pickle juice afterwards before we went home. Cause I guess, and I know these some thug niggas and y'all real and all that shit. I get it now. Y'all some scary niggas. I get it. But back in the day when we was kids, we used to drink pickle juice after we smoked or whatever. And I did it a couple times. It really went for me. I didn't really get it. Maybe it was bad weed. I don't even know. All through my teens, 20s, I never smoked. I started smoking weed when I went through my divorce. We went through my first divorce with my first wife. And I'm at my dad's house, and my dad smoked, my brother smoked, my cousin Ray from Cleveland was there. And they used to call me Square. They were like, man, it's Squares. Because I'm all stressed out because I got to go to court the next day. And I'm telling my dad all my problems. Oh, this bitch crazy. I'm saying all this shit. And he's like, man, you just need to smoke some weed. You'll calm down. And I never smoked. So they convinced me. They called me lame and square enough. Yeah. So we go on the back porch, we smoke. And I can't explain it, but like I felt so like I just didn't care no more. I just it's like what I thought was going to happen at court and all the bad things just I just kind of it is what it is, you know. People go to court all the time and walk out just fine. People go through divorces all the time and come out just fine. And I went to court the next day with no lawyer, and I smoked the ass. Like, I smoked it so much that people were coming outside the courtroom with me and my dad saying, damn, man, what the, like, I ain't never heard nobody talk like that. I'm like, shit, I ain't either. Like, I was, how I own it. Yeah, man, but I felt so good. It calmed my nerves and made me, it's crazy. It calmed my nerves and made me more confident about what I was saying. Even though I wasn't saying nothing crazy or making anything up, it was just, I went in there and told it what it is. I took out all the anger and all the like my frustration for her and just focused on the facts, and that ended up helping me in the long run in there. Yeah. Because the court didn't care about how I felt and all this bullshit. They cared about the facts about the kids.
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, so is that like a you like the Aquarius? You like an overthinker? You like
for sure.
Structural. Cause what I find, like, especially with marijuana, I'm a Libra, right? Shout out to my birthday next weekend.
That's what's up.
Next Friday. It helped me with when it come down to like my creative side, right? And because I'm a Libra, I got both of them. You know what I'm saying? I need the structure, and then I get kind of artsy and shit too.
For sure.
But when it come down to it, like you more on point because you more in your zone. You know what I'm saying?
It quiets my mind almost.
Yeah, it allow you to just focus and be your natural self. It quieted
my mind and made me see past my anger and focus on the goal was to get my children. It's almost when I went in, if I wouldn't have smoked, I would have went in there. It would have been like towards her, and not the end goal of our children just being set up us to be good. So after I smoked and I calmed down, I just saw it so clearly. I saw the end result. Like, okay, the girls need to be set up good. So forget your feelings. Just go in there with the facts, and it worked. I kept it simple, and it worked. And I was like, the dad was like, yeah, because we had to calm. Like, you gotta. Everybody has their vice. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily look at weed as a vice, but some people may. But it ever since then, I don't feel like I've abused it, but it's been my vice. It's almost like my treat when I get home. You know what I mean? Like when I get in from dealing with this crazy world and trying to become a millionaire and all of that. I need some me time. Some people smoke cigars. You know what I'm saying? Some people eat. That's their thing. And I found out that this, as Smokey said, from the motherland, from the earth. You know what I mean? This plant has been missing from my life for a while.
Man, look.
And it helps my creativity, as you said, too. It helps my creativity.
I tell people all the time. I tell them a couple different things. I tell them, with beer and liquor, you got to produce that. They got to make that, right? But all I need is water, sun, and some seed. You know what I'm saying? And we can make this thing grow, right? Like, we can make it grow, take it to
over and over again.
Take it to a whole nother level. We won't need all of that.
Yeah, so that's my weed journey, man. That's my weed journey. So I've been, that was like in 2016. Okay. So I started smoking in like 2016. I try to pace myself with smoking or whatever, man, but I'm really ready to the point, reason why we're doing the show, to get to the point of legalizing it. And I'm curious to see about how that would affect everyday people that sells weed that's not a business. Yeah. But before we get to that, you told me a little bit about it. So your weed journey is a lot different than mine.
Yeah, it's been in my life the whole entire time. So when you think about like the cookout, you think about the cousins, the family members that's like in the corner that's smoking.
For sure.
That was my mom and my dad, right? That was always been my mom and my dad, right?
For sure.
They my cousin used to call my mom Puff the Magic Dragon, right? But my mom was real good about hiding it from me, you know what I'm saying? So the entire time, Like she would get home from work, like you say, and it would be her treat.
Yeah.
So she would roll up, you feel me, and she would put it in the microwave to dry it off. So that was the only time that I would really
Before
smell
her
it.
time, because I just started doing that like a month ago.
I'm telling you, like, it was 15 seconds. She in there just real quick, you feel me? And then she back in the room, right? Like, she back in the room. So my whole entire life, like, I'm smelling it. I got, you know, I'm just like, I'm smelling it and I'm around it, okay?
For sure.
So, like I say, I'm playing sports. I played basketball, like, from the time I'm 5 all the way up through high school, you know, and I'm, like, we playing varsity. I figure out I ain't going to be Kevin Garnett, you know, I'm going to have to be Muggsy Bogues out here, right? I'm not going to be able to house out here, so we go to
Shout out to all the 5 feet, 7 to 6 feet guys, man. We out here. We out
here, man.
Yeah,
still getting rebounds,
hey,
baby.
5, 7, 8, 9, 10. We out here. Don't
still
play.
Getting rebounds.
Go ahead,
no,
bro.
not playing. Okay, so we go to this house party. We in high school, right? We go to this house party. We were like 16, and my first time driving, bro. And I go out the back of the house, and everybody's smoking. And as soon as I smell it, I'm like, I know that smell,
Familiar,
right?
huh?
And I'm like, yo, what are they smoking, bro? Like, yo, they, you know, like whatever they called it back then, you know, they smoking weed or whatever, right? And I'm like, nah, I know that. Like, come on, man, let me hit that, right? And what you were saying, really, and what I was gonna say this earlier, your whole family smokes, so it's really in you, right?
Brothers,
so
dad, everybody.
So it's really that connection. So once you hit it that first time, it was really that connection. You just like, all right, this is where I'm supposed to be, right?
Yeah, I felt closer to him.
And so when I hit it, right? So when I hit it, I was like, nah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, nah.
Yeah.
And the same thing, right? So I'm like, I'm not playing basketball no more. I'm like, I don't even care about ball no more. Like, I'm chilling, right? Like, I'm cool. Okay, so I'm in ROTC. My best friend's in ROTC too, right? His brother is like 7 years older, and he's doing his thing, right? And he's got a Frosted Flakes box in the crib, and it's a zip inside of the Frosted Flakes box, right? So he like, my mom going out of town. So he like, look, I'm gonna grab this zip. We gonna come to your house and we gonna smoke. Now this his first time. He ain't get to smoke at the party, but I done already smoked at the party, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. Bro, he come over. I know we smoke like a good quarter. That's as far as we make it. I'm upside down on the couch. Okay, so my feet is up here, pointed up like this. My head is here. You feel me, right? Like my head is here.
Y'all,
right?
how old again? Around about?
I gotta be like 15. I'm 16, right? Because I got my license, but I got my provisional, right? So I can't get right. Okay, so yeah, because I had stole the car and everything, bro, to go to the house party and everything. I done stole my mom's car.
Bentley out here.
Yo, for real. Like, we gone. Come on. Hey, I'm gonna hunt the horn 3 times, but you better come outside. All right, bet. So yeah, I'm upside down. I'm eating the Doritos. You feel me, right? I got the bag.
It's a movie, man. What do you... Like Pineapple Express.
The bag is like this, and I'm just like watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Just straight chilling. That was my first time, and like I say, it was like as soon as I hit it, it was like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. And then ever since then, like my mom, shout out to my mom, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Been an entrepreneur. You feel me? Right? Like she's been doing her thing. You know, she was that was what she was doing till her day. So it's just in me. It was instinctively in me. So I think, with my life, those are the 2 things that I see myself combining the most, and that's really why I'm waiting for the legalization of it, is because from the business aspect of it, it means so much to me to be able to connect the business with what I really love. You know what I'm saying? From the marijuana aspect.
That's dope.
So yeah,
it's almost like doing something like me with music. Like if I can do this for a living, it wouldn't really feel like work.
Right. Exactly. So for me, if you like, okay, I see a coffee shop, you know what I'm saying? Almost like a Starbucks of sorts, but something with a nice little patio where you can come out, you can chill on the patio, you can smoke on the patio, but at the same time, you can come inside and you can smoke freely inside. You know what I'm saying? And you can get you a little drink if you want to. You can get you something to eat if you want to. We got a nice little vibe, nice little chill music. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, a dispensary, but a dispensary to the next level where somebody really talk to you about why you smoking, you know what I'm saying, and really get an understanding.
Almost like a consultation of what this strain can do for you.
Because everybody don't smoke for the same reason. You feel me, right? Like if you come in, it's your birthday and we trying to turn up, then let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like you say, if you trying to reduce stress, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you trying to sleep. You know what I'm saying? People sleep for, you know what I mean? People smoke for different reasons. So just really having that understanding of what you smoking, and I'm real big, like I said, on understanding the process. You know what I'm saying? So because there ain't gonna be no when I do my own thing, you know, and get my own strand, right? it's gonna be we not doing all of the extras. You know what I'm saying? We not doing all of the processes and. You know, we like we're not.
What does that mean? Like the extras you mean as far as
like so we doing natural nutrients. You feel me? Right?
You mean growing? Like,
yeah, like from a growing standpoint.
Okay.
Yeah, because we like I say, I think about it from a business standpoint, and I just want to own everything from the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to the bottom. So
almost like farm raised meat, like you
yeah, like vegan, GMO free.
I got
know what I'm saying? Yeah, keto. You know, all of that, but just from a weed standpoint, because right now. And I don't want to say right now, but a couple years ago, it was really big for them to try to increase the potency of the weed with additives, with sprays and things like that.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
feel me, right? So you get weed, and because and we talked about this too. So there's a CBD. It's called Charlotte's Web, right? It helps. They give it to the kids who have uncontrollable seizures and epilepsy.
Okay.
Right. So it helps them with their epilepsy, but it has absolutely no THC in it at all.
Okay.
Right. So they don't get any of the drug standpoint, but it looks just like our weed. Right. So what they did was they said, well, we can take what they want it to look like, and we can hype it up. You feel me? We can put the spray on it. We can put that additive on it. So what you saw for a couple years was just medium mid-grade weed
sprayed
that they was adding spray to. Now we don't know what's in the spray. We don't know how they creating it. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know the overall, you know, like the long-term effects of that. So and that really opened my eyes to it. Like even Moneybagg Yo said it in one song. He was like, hit it with the spray, you know, and you know he got his own weed.
Oh, do people? You mean like they would buy it and then they would spray it before they would roll it, or
so
it would come pre-sprayed?
It would the supplier that you bought it from, the plug that you bought it from. You feel me? Like the plug that he was buying it from is going to put that spray on there before it even leave the farm during the drying process.
And that'll pass the potency test once they spray it.
Yeah, it's gonna hype it up.
It's gonna raise the potency.
It's gonna raise it.
Oh. That's I've heard that. I seen that on like a music video or something like that. They were saying about spraying that. I didn't really understand what they meant of why they would need to. But if it's already mid, you want it.
And if I'm a farmer and really like if I have access to it and you know like I'm a mid-level plug or something like that, right? So if I get it from a farmer and it's mid and I'm gonna get, you know, the pound for $300 and I hit it with the spray and now we can charge $15 for it. You know what I'm saying?
Learn something every day. I've heard that terminology, but never really understood what they meant by spray it.
You know what I'm saying?
Or add-ons or spray. He was like, because some dude was like, yeah, man, your weed, you got to watch out for the spray. I'm like, well, I didn't even know what that meant, but you know.
And it's just like little stuff like and it's like crazy stuff. If you soak it in water, you feel me? Like it'll come off. You can see it kind of come off.
Like a film almost?
It's like a dye.
Word. And you said I heard you say 2 years ago, so that's not as prevalent now.
I think now.
How could you tell? Like how would you? How could you tell?
Other than soaking it, I don't think you really know. You feel me?
So you just take a nug out and soak it just as a test for the batch, I guess.
If you wanted to.
That's too involved. I rather, like you said, I
don't think you really know.
Soil to
control
blunt or whatever.
Right,
you know.
Right. Control the whole process.
I like what you said too about the build. It's almost like a Starbucks almost, but just take the coffee out, put the weed in.
We gonna have coffee too.
Yeah. You got to drink too.
But somewhere where you don't feel judged,
right,
and somewhere where you're not prosecuted. You feel me? Right, like those two things, you know, because there's a couple places in Charlotte, low key, where you could go right now. You could roll up, you could sit outside, and you could smoke. You feel me? And ain't nobody gonna mess with you. The owners ain't gonna mess with you. You say, you know,
on Central Avenue. Yeah.
So just one of them, you know, but just on a higher level. I don't know. It's a place, Reds on 28. They got one down. It's on Eastway. It's on East Boulevard too. But yeah, they got a nice little vibe. You know what I'm saying? You come in, they got the couches sitting there, and they got the little.
I mean, there's no way to mess it up. That if everybody's in here is under the same, we here to have a good time, and I can't indulge in this in too many more places in the city. Why would I want to mess that up? I mean, that's my logic. But again, I ain't a YN, so I don't know.
And look, and we would. There would be a couple ways to deter that, like really maintaining a vibe, maybe a slight dress code, you know.
There you go. Yeah,
definitely in the beginning.
You got to set the ambiance somewhat.
And then the music too, you know, the music that you select too. You know, we do like a little day party or something like that,
Man.
but we ain't doing that. We doing the electric slide, like, cause as soon as we hit the electric slide, they leaving. They gone, bro.
The YN's out.
They ain't even playing on. You make me happy. Gone.
Frankie Bentley gonna get him up out of there.
Gone right.
Get him up out of there.